I'm making this girl go to every single restaurant in Disney World if it's the last thing I do.
Our spot tonight has been called dry and tasteless, lousy, and the worst ever.
Let's see if that's true. Hey pals, we are here at Disney's Port Orleans Riverside Resort because we are going to be checking out Boatwright Dining Hall. This is going to be more of a casual table service. It has 2 little dollar signs on the Disney website, so kind of a medium price range. But you're going to find things like American and Louisiana-inspired dishes. I have never been here, Quincy has never been here, and the reviews on AllEars are very mixed, so we're both pretty excited.
We're seated at our table. We are joined by a very special guest today.
We're very excited.
It's DFB Millie! But we are filming a lot of videos this week, some very big videos. We've got the whole team coming in this week to do a couple of very exciting videos. Capture the Flag is one of them, so keep an eye out on the channel for some very exciting stuff. DFB Millie is here to help us because we needed a lot of people.
I'm very excited.
So yeah, it should be fun. But she's going to keep Boatwrights with us and help find out if it's really lousy, dry, and tasteless. What else was it?
Worst spot
ever. We're going to find out. Yeah, that's what our review said. Millie is from Louisiana.
Born and raised.
Yeah,
Lafayette.
so
Yeah.
she's going to be the judge tonight of how
I have no idea
authentic.
who's sitting in this seat.
These are our appetizers, and would you say that they look appetizing? Maybe not at the moment. So they did, and so we're gonna play some B-roll. But first, we got the French onion soup au gratin. It has Gruyere, caramelized onions, and it's in a rich beef broth with toasted croutons on top. And then over here, we ended up grabbing the pimento cheese house fritters. It is essentially a house-made pimento cheese fritter with pepper jelly on the bottom. And they looked a lot prettier, but we tore them apart for coverage.
Oh, and
We'll talk about bread.
yeah, here it is. The cornbread is with your meal regardless. You get the cornbread. So yeah,
Really like it.
you can't be stopped from eating more cornbread. All right, we tried our appetizers. The cornbread, we'll start there. Comes with every meal. As much as you want, you can just keep getting cornbread. Nothing to write home about, but also good.
Yeah, it was good, and the butter was really nice. It's almost like a whipped butter.
It is. I would say the cornbread is on the side of it being a sweet cornbread without being a sweet cornbread.
It's a sweet cornbread, I think.
Like barely.
Yeah.
And it has that whipped butter with it. Super, super crispy, crunchy on the outside, which made me scared, but then it was so soft on the inside. The pimento fritters.
Both of us were shocked.
They're
So
amazing.
amazing.
The fritters themselves, I mean, all pimento fritters are good. It's
Yeah.
pimento cheese in fried dough. What can go
Crispy,
wrong?
cheesy. It's gonna taste good.
Yeah. What makes these stand out is the pepper jelly. It's got this nice, like, peppery heat to it, like, actually has a little bit of spice to it, that, like, and then texturally, the pepper jelly is super, like, creamy. And
Yeah. It's really, really creamy, and it pairs well with the crunch of the fritter.
I wish we had 3 more plates. It was perfectly portioned, too. Like, every bite of the fritter had a good amount of, like, the pepper jelly and the condiments all together. It was really delicious. I'd get that again in a heartbeat.
No question I'd get that again.
Yeah. And then we also had the French onion soup, which I'm not a big French onion soup fan, just because it's really, really heavy for a soup, in my opinion, which is true. But it's a lot of broth, good amount of cheese on top, and good amount of filling, although I would say I wish I had a little bit more onions.
I don't disagree with the onions.
But flavor-wise,
I love the flavor. This is like what I think would be a home comfort meal if someone's trying to make French onion soup at home. It was so flavorful. That beef broth really brought a great savory, heavy element that I really liked. The Gruyere, I struggle to say that word.
You said it right.
I feel like
You
I
said it,
can't
like,
say it
perfect
right.
today.
Oh, thank you. It was really nice. It was so cheesy, and it wasn't too much. There are some, I really love French onion soup, but sometimes it can be almost overwhelming just trying to get a bite. I did not feel this way with this one, and honestly, obviously French onion soup, a huge part of it is that croutons kind of soaked up all the goodness. I don't love a ton of soggy bread personally. Really loved it in this. I thought it carried the dish really well. I do wish there were a little bit more of the onion flavor. I did have not the highest expectations, but this makes me think of an at-home comforting meal.
Which makes us all the more curious about the entree. Out of 10, how do we feel about the appetizers? Ready? 3, 2, 1, 8.
9.
I was thinking of going 9 as well, but I think I'll stick with 8.
That's fair.
They don't have a ton of variety, and we did get the 2 exciting ones, but very tasty.
I think 8 is very fair.
Yeah.
9 was me being really excited about the pepper jelly.
Now, of course, we got to talk about the atmosphere of a restaurant. Not as important as the food, but still important to what kind of evening you might want to have. It's got this cozy fireplace in here. There are awls and boat maker tools on the wall. There's also this amazing boat up here where you can see they're in progress of building a boat. There are 3 different dining areas, and I think it's very like cozy, but it's definitely not the most atmospheric of decorations. It's just kind of a nice theme. It's got that cozy jazz music playing, just kind of rustic and feels like you're in a workshop. So it's immersive. It's still cute. I don't think the atmosphere is the biggest draw here, but I think it fits into Port Orleans Riverside really well.
Emma, before we eat the entrees, the atmosphere?
How do you feel about it on a scale of 1 to 10? Ready? 3, 2, 1, 5. Yeah. Yeah, it's cute. It's fine.
It's not my favorite theming, but hey, that's okay.
Yeah, it fits the restaurant really well. It fits the resort really well, I should say. Like it feels like you're in like a boat building factory. But have you ever thought to yourself, man, I wish I could eat in a boat building workshop?
See, I haven't, and that's why I had to go
That's
for.
why you had to go for it.
Yeah, but that's on me.
Yeah, it's on
maybe
you.
I'm thinking too small.
Your worldview needs expanding.
Yeah.
All right, and now for our 3 entrees. The first one we have up here is the Taste of the Bayou All You Care to Enjoy platter. The Taste of the Bayou platter comes with hickory smoked pork ribs, crispy Cajun chicken, smoked sausage, barbecue beef brisket, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, roasted corn with Cajun butter, and seasonal vegetables, which right now are string green beans. We also grabbed the Boatwright jambalaya. It's a New Orleans dinner time favorite according to the menu. It's a slow-cooked spicy shrimp with andouille sausage and chicken served with rice. Now, I'm gonna ask our Louisiana resident, how do you say andouille sausage? Andouille?
Yeah, andouille, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate. I don't always get that word right, so I'll take your word for it. Finally, we have the shrimp and grits. It's sustainable shrimp and andouille sausage served with spicy cream sauce over a creamy Charleston-style grits. Millie would like for me to preface that the shrimp and grits did come with 5 shrimp, and she ate one of the shrimp.
So like really bodied it.
She took the shrimp down.
I mean, like, it was like, you ever seen somebody like slurp a chicken noodle? Like, it was like that, but with a shrimp tail and all. Entrees. We've eaten them.
I'm going to start off by saying we are, I don't know if blown away is right, but we're both pretty excited.
I think considering the expectation based on the
So what'd you think?
so good. Yeah, just with the expectation that we had from some of the reviews, we were expecting
maybe not the best.
they're mediocre, you know. So I had the all-you-can-eat Taste of the Bayou platter, which we were talking about. We really love that there's an all-you-can-eat option here, but the whole menu is an all-you-can-eat. So it's great if you have one of those heavier eaters in your family, but everybody doesn't want an all-you-can-eat skillet, which is typically the only way to do all-you-can-eat in Disney World. So this is really cool. I liked everything on this plate, and I loved some of the things on this plate.
Some of them.
Yes, like the mashed potatoes and the mac and cheese. Em and I agreed, totally delicious.
Stand out.
Both of them are super creamy, and then the mac and cheese is shells, just smothered in creamy cheese.
I also think kind of is reminiscent a little bit of a Gasparilla mac and cheese.
Yeah, green beans, perfectly cooked. Green beans aren't that special, but I really love green beans. They're usually my favorite thing on a plate. All 3 of our dishes have the andouille sausage, and I think it's awesome. It's got the perfect snap to the casing, and then the sausage itself kind of melts in your mouth. The ribs were good. The meat is super tender. The sauce is like a classic sweet barbecue sauce. Same thing with the brisket. Neither the ribs nor the brisket were anything super stand out to me, but they weren't bad. They were just kind of what you expect when you're getting ribs or a brisket from random spot. You know what I mean?
I really like the brisket. I had two to three bites of it. The first one was like, okay. The more I ate it, I think the better it got.
because we had it for a little bit, and so there were pockets that were a little bit more fatty and still a little warm.
So overall, the plate is super flavorful, and then anything that I go through, I can get more of.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
really good. I did the shrimp and grits. These were really hyped up, and I think well deserved.
Yes.
I really, really liked them. They were so creamy, melt in your mouth, like bursting full of flavor. The andouille sausage, again, had a great snapback and was really flavorful. Just tiniest bit of spice, like not true spice, very much Disney spice. The shrimp were, I would say, a little overcooked, but I don't mind that. So I was fine with that. But overall, I
Also,
really
their
liked
shrimp
the
here are
flavor.
huge.
Mash.
Like they're massive, super flavorful, big pieces of shrimp. The grits here were a little, like, by the time we got to them at least, which is after photos, they started to clump together, but they were still really delicious and flavorful. And the sauce on this
The
dish,
sauce is crazy.
I want to drink it through a straw, and then I think I would throw up because it's so rich and buttery and just like delicious, full of herbs. Just like a nice white sauce, comforting, very delicious. Now Millie had the jambalaya, which was super tomatoey. The jambalaya itself was like really tomatoey, and it had peppers that weren't overly cooked down. So we said the flavor profile kind of reminded us of salsa a bit.
It was fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh salsa.
Yeah,
But
it was a very tasty jambalaya. It has that delicious andouille sausage that we both had as well, same quality, and it had chunky tail on skewer shrimp. And Millie has slurped down all of them, tails and all. It's really insane to watch,
she
you
was
guys.
really generous
She
though,
won't
and
let
let
us-
us share
Yeah,
half a
but
shrimp.
she won't let us film it. She bit me when I tried. Now, we would call this Disney spicy to a T. So if you like spicy food, it's not going to be that spicy. If you don't have spice, this is going to come off as spicy to you. It just had like a nice pleasant heat, in my opinion. I love spicy food, and it had a nice pleasant heat that just kind of accented the flavor and like honestly stuck around in my mouth.
I am not really someone who handles spice super well, and I had no problem with this at all. It just added a little bit of flavor.
So yeah, entrees. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, 9.
I almost said 9, but then I thought I was getting too excited.
I think here's the
I had to
thing is
bring
like,
myself back down.
I've eaten at a lot of Disney restaurants. I've eaten at almost 400, and and that means that I have certain expectations of Disney food. This restaurant has gone outside of that expectation for me. It's more flavorful. I think all of the food is really good. I think that mine honestly reminds me of the kind of quality of food I would get at really popular places like Whispering Canyon or like Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, which obviously this doesn't have the antics of Whispering Canyon or the entertainment of Hoop-Dee-Doo,
Which
but
might be preferred for some people.
well, that might be preferred. You might not be an antics person. You might not want to do a whole dinner show. You might just want a solid meal that has some of those southern favorites, and this does it.
And then we're topping off dessert. We are having some praline bourbon bread pudding. It has pecan praline sauce, bourbon soaked raisins, and vanilla ice cream. And we've had this for a long time, and somehow the ice cream isn't melted, but the cast iron is hot, and we don't know what's going on. So we're gonna just see how long this takes.
Dessert rankings. 3, 2, 1, 8, 7.
You waited until I said
I did. I almost said 7. I'm sticking with 7.
7, but I thought you were going to go higher.
I
I
really.
think 7. I'm going to change to 7.
Yeah, 7 I think is solid. This dessert is really tasty. We're obviously not getting a really big picture of dessert because we only got the one, but it's really tasty. It had like raisins on it and nuts all on the top, a nice layer of like the warm, soft bread pudding, and a good scoop of vanilla ice cream. An actually good scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
I hate when there's not quite enough ice cream to the
this
dessert
is a good
ratio.
ratio.
And this is a good ratio. My one complaint is that I wish it was breadier.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was like a lot of nuts, a lot of raisins, and it was like not as much bready bread pudding as usual. And like I like a really soft, like more bread to topping ratio. However, it was tasty. A standout bread pudding in Disney World realm? No, there are some amazing bread puddings in Disney World.
Disney slays a bread pudding.
Disney loves a bread pudding, and I love a Disney bread pudding. Yeah, and there's other desserts to butter. I mean, go, after this meal, instead of getting dessert here, go down
Beignet.
to get a beignet from Port Orleans French Quarter. It's a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
Nice way to digest for a dessert.
Just saying.
Okay, but who is this for? Let's talk about if it's going to be magic
or tragic. Magic means it's really, really good, or tragic means maybe it's not for you. So this is gonna be a magic spot for you if you need a last minute reservation, if you're staying here at Riverside, or if you just are looking for some good kind of southern comfort food. Now this is not going to be for everybody, so there are a few reasons it might be tragic for you too. If you want something that is close to the parks, this is definitely not going to be that option. It's going to be a little bit tragic if you want to be close to the parks. If you're looking for a wide array of varieties and flavors, this one does have a pretty one-note type of food, although it's very good. If you have some picky eaters, might not be the best spot. And we think that maybe this one might not be as consistent based on reviews, so even though we loved it, might not be the best next time we're around. So if you're looking for something that is guaranteed consistent, this might not be your spot. Just like that, another restaurant down.
Another one down, another one dead, another one bites the dust. So where are we headed next, Emma?
Honestly, it's a surprise, and you're gonna wanna stick around. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe.
And go check out our review of Ale and Compass.
We'll see you there.